Okay, so we were working our way up Cadillac Hill and it started getting steep, and the YJ developed a fuel problem. We thought it may have been a fuel pump. He had a spare fuel pump. We changed it. We made it another half mile. We're almost to the top, to observation point, and it failed again.
So I got her idling or going again. Either disconnect or we can just stay and I'll go with you.
So we're finding that out that when it's in a tilt,
I don't know, I sort of like having my own toe behind bobblehead.
it's in a tilt upward, it quits picking up fuel. When it's tilted downward, it's fine. So, and it's got a Weber carburetor. I don't know a lot about the Webers. Probably need to take the top off the carburetor, but I think the very first thing I would do is fill it up. But anyway, we hooked the fuel line on direct. This is one of those bypass systems. I kind of explained it a little bit in one of my C10 videos, where it has a return line. Jeep runs those, and they just use a filter with 2 outlets, and half the fuel or a quarter of the fuel goes back to the tank, and the rest goes back to the carburetor. But anyway, long story short, we bypassed all that, went directly to the line, and we're finding that he can drive flat, but I've noticed that it doesn't even take much of a tilt now. So I'm suspecting the fuel tank level, but really don't know. You know, we're just trying to get out of here. But it's funny, we're towing through stuff that on the first day we were getting out and checking diffs and looking at stuff, and now we're just simply towing through it. So it's made the trip interesting. One thing to note, everybody says that when you get to the observation point that the trail's pretty much easy. It's not. We're still going, you know, less than 5 miles an hour in most spots. It's starting to open up a little bit now. We've passed the Rubicon trailhead, and we're out of that, the Rubicon East, and we've gone 12 miles since we started at Loon Lake. And you know, this trail's not a bad trail. I'm going slow now because of the towing situation in front of us, but as you can see, it's still not wide open. But
I'll let you get up through that, and then once you're right above it, then I'll come up through so I'm not angled.
So coming out of observation point, there's still some pretty good challenges, and we doubled the challenge.
Rocks, and then I'll come up behind you, hopefully. So like that, you don't have to pull me from there.
We've doubled the challenge by having to tow. So we've got one of those elastic ropes. We did have to wheel over some big boulders, and they were big. I mean, they were big, sketchy boulders. Gene was actually a little short with me when I was going up through there because we were banging through pretty hard, but it was steep and tall boulders, and I'd already walked it and already seen it. So anyway, I think the YJ is going to start sputtering and dying here any minute, because I think it runs the fuel out of the bowl, so we get a little bit of tilt, and then I don't think the pickup's working.
Toby's dancing up here, I don't know why.
So anyway, we still haven't got to the end. It's 40.8 miles. We still got a 2.5 hour drive back to the truck. We've got to air up tires. It is 5 o'clock at night or afternoon, and we're all I wouldn't say over it, but you know, we all got a deadline. You know, we still got to drive 1,800 miles back to Texas after we drive back to load the truck and put the windows on and the doors on and get our stuff sorted. But that's all going to be minor. Once we get this thing out and have a plan,